So, as we know, there was a lot of talk about Tesla entering the iPhone moment, and it might be here sooner than we think. Electric vehicles are likely at or entering the early acceleration phase of the S-curve, which means that EV adoption can accelerate from here. Price parity with ICE vehicles is expected to be reached by 2027. Now, Robotaxi will provide low-cost per-mile transportation and generate revenue for owners. This will accelerate the transition to EVs. Tesla may face regulatory issues regarding its Robotaxi ambition. However, Google's Waymo is paving the regulatory path for Tesla, which can make things a bit easier. Now, welcome to my channel where I give you the latest Tesla news.
What we can talk about.
Yes.
We want to start with Tesla.
Yes.
And I'm sure you've been getting a lot of questions about the stock.
Absolutely.
Down 50%. It's recovered nicely this week. I think Elon Musk used your name when he spoke to his employees to basically tell them, hold the stock, look at the bull case Cathie Wood has underscored. Have any of the concerns recently around the stock hold water? Do you think some of them hold water? Has your bull case changed at the margins?
Well, first I'm going to give all the credit to the three analysts who are working on Tesla at ARC. And no, our outlook has not changed. What is going on right now, very short term, the economy is being hit in the U.S., lots of uncertainty. That's not good for any auto manufacturer. Of course, there's the political dynamic overlay, and I know that the authorities are going after that. I think that will pass. We also have the Model Y refresh, and we understand that the orders for the Model Y refreshed are going very strongly. I won't get mine for a very long time. They have a new low-cost car coming in the second quarter, which in the United States I think it could sell for $30,000 or less. There's pent-up demand for that. So we've got a lot of rubber bands stretching, and the most important one of all, of course, is Robotaxi. And Elon has announced that Tesla will launch its Robotaxi service commercially in Austin, Texas in June. That is when analysts are going to have to put into their models what a Robotaxi service is. And it's a software as a service model. Right. Very high margin, 80% plus for platform companies, whereas the electric vehicle is 15, 20, 25% gross margin. So we think that Robotaxis will account for 90% of the value of the company in 5 years. And we're on record saying we believe in 5 years the stock will hit $2,600.
Now, why would anyone switch to electric autonomous robotaxis? What is the incentives for this? Now, let's look at the pricing structure of electric vehicles. There were questions before tariffs were even mentioned. Implementing tariffs will secure American businesses. Tesla sells 100% of cars made in America. I know, sounds funny. Well, with tariffs in place, Chinese auto manufacturers will either sell at a much higher price or they'll have to start producing in the US. This will make Chinese EVs more expensive either way. Now, Tesla can still implement discounts and make profits. Tesla EVs have gotten very affordable in these last years and are cheaper to operate, not just fueling up, but also in repairs. Tesla EVs have less parts and need less maintenance, except, of course, for the computer updates. Now, why would Tesla be better positioned to win the Robotaxi ordeal? Well, last time I looked, the 5th generation Jaguar 1 Pace EV cost up to $100,000 for the self-driving hardware and equipment. Tesla can operate the EV business profitable, which makes it best positioned to take advantage of the eventual shift. Also, Tesla has other promising businesses and ambitions. Now, how will Tesla navigate regulatory hurdles, especially in California? Now, currently, internal combustion engine or ICE cars are generally cheaper than EVs. That's one of the main reasons why there's still 78% of new car sales in the US still ICE cars. Now, the trend, of course, is towards EVs, as 97% of US auto sales were ICE vehicles in 2016. But I believe this trend will start to accelerate within a few years and EVs decreasing in price. However, I believe that once Tesla passes regulations in other states, California has no other reason but to adjust. But how can EVs become cheaper, you might ask? Well, it is predicted that by 2027, the average next generation BEV will be cheaper to produce than a comparable ICE vehicle. If so, EVs will likely be priced lower or at about the same price as an ICE vehicle. In that scenario, I think most people would choose to buy an EV due to lower maintenance expenses and fuel costs. This is especially true since there will be more charging stations around by then. And who owns these charging stations? Well, Tesla does. Take Norway, for example. Norway has achieved price parity on EVs due to the government support. As a result, over 80% of new car sales in the country are electric, and there are more EVs on Norway roads than ICE cars. Tesla could benefit from this in the US because of its relative efficiency and scale. And remember when Elon Musk said in one of Tesla's earnings calls, he said, "I think if you look at EV companies worldwide, the best of my knowledge, no EV company is even profitable. And to the best of my knowledge," he said, "there's no EV division of any existing auto company that is profitable." Now, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Now, why are we even talking about the S-curve? Now, an S-curve is a line that follows somewhat of an S shape. It shows how new technology gets adopted. At first, it's a slow process, of course, but then it accelerates and is followed by a maturity phase, similar to the US smartphone generation. So how will autonomy and robotaxi further speed up EV adoption? Although Tesla isn't starting its robotaxi business until June, but definitely later this year, for sure. The plan is to roll out in June in Texas and hopefully in California, depending to regulations. Hopefully, Elon's timing is not that off this time. Now, the launch of the Robotaxi will speed up EV adoption further, assuming ICE EV price parity in 2027 or something like that, as well as the car that can generate income for you as a robotaxi while you are not using it. Who then would buy a regular gasoline-powered car? Now, the electric vehicle would provide more value. How will Tesla produce these cars so much cheaper? Cybercabs don't have a steering wheel or pedals. All the wiring is gone. No parts that could cause issues later. Also, the frames are built compact without as many parts. Mass production in Tesla's factory is set to take 5 seconds to produce a Cybercab in the future. The Model Y is presently produced in 35 seconds, and that is already crazy. With such low costs, the cost per mile can come down enough to the point where people may not even want to buy and maintain their own cars anymore if they don't see any value in that. Instead, people can get around by paying a robotaxi a low fare if not owning their own robotaxis. Again, at this point, EV adoption will accelerate. But how can regulatory issues be solved for the robotaxi? Tesla has a unique advantage. Passing regulations, of course, won't be easy. Tesla's autonomous ambition don't include LiDAR, or also called light detection and ranging technology. Therefore, this can cause regulatory hurdles as the technology might not be perceived as safe relative to Waymo's technologies. However, Tesla uses camera-based systems, computer vision, and AI for its autonomous technology. The problem is that cameras may struggle in low light, fog, rain, or other conditions of that nature. Tesla will have to find a way around that with advanced software. If it can, then it will be a big advantage because cameras are significantly cheaper to implement than LiDAR technology. Essentially, Waymo is paving the regulatory path for Tesla. Waymo is showing that AVs or autonomous vehicles can be trusted, which could make it relatively easier for Tesla to obtain approval compared to if Waymo wouldn't exist. It may be difficult, but not as bad as thought previously. However, once Tesla's robotaxis get approved, Tesla can flood the market with them, and it'll have cost advantage over Waymo's vehicles. What other businesses are impressive that Tesla has created or is still creating. Now, Tesla's energy generation and energy storage grew its revenue 52% year over year. The Optimus robot has the potential to be a game changer. Tesla's robot Optimus will be able to perform human tasks from walking dogs, babysitting, and other house chores. It'll cost between $20,000 and $30,000. Elon Musk mentioned multiple times that the Tesla humanoid will be the biggest product ever of any kind. Optimus robots will help in factories and other lower-paying jobs. Optimus can be your housekeeper, personal assistant. He can maybe even be your search engine. If Grok is implemented into Tesla cars, I'm pretty sure it'll be implemented into the Optimus robot as well. Imagine Tesla's future potential. Based on Tesla's valuation, the market clearly knows it's not just a car company. Tesla as a business can have its iPhone moment. However, I prefer to invest in Tesla when it's more hated. Sorry about saying that. It happens every so often. The price goes on sale and presents a buying opportunity. Let me know what you think about Tesla's iPhone moment. And YouTube thinks you should watch this next. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Claudia, and I will see you in this video. Goodbye.